All right, so Al Cannistraro
And
and
Ken Burek.
Ken Burek, and we are your local CSEA PAC, Political Action Committee. And we were asked again this year to help CSEA decide which three of the four candidates who are running for the school board would best serve our needs. So we got together last week, Thursday and Friday,
Yeah.
and we sat down with, over a 2-day period, all four candidates. We spoke with them for about 30, 40 minutes each,
Mhm.
and we made some decisions afterwards, and they were not hard decisions. So why don't you go ahead?
Okay. The first person that we interviewed was Todd Gilbert. Um, and one of the first things that impressed me was his enthusiasm. He uh, obviously had a very pro-labor attitude, and there was a specific instance that we discussed about that. So I think he's known to be very proactive as far as reaching out to labor, to CSEA.
He's an incumbent. He's already on the
Yes,
board.
he is an incumbent, right. And there was something, one of the questions that Al brought up was about their opinion upon a recent Times Union article that had to do about surveying the top employers in the capital region. And there were two schools mentioned there, and one of them actually took for first place, was in North Colony.
North Colony, yeah.
And we weren't mentioned at all. And what Todd did after our interview, he actually got back to us very quickly
On his
own.
on his own.
On his own. And basically was going to run this down and find out why. And we weren't involved. And he spoke to Oliver Robinson about it. A significant statement he made was that he was ending his first uh, part of his
His first
term, and now his fellow members are asking him his advice. So he's navigated those early issues as a new board member. This tells me and Al that he's part of the team now, and he's gained their respect. So those are some of the high points that I think we should endorse Todd Gilbert.
Yeah, and I agree, of course, with all those points.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would add is that he already has built a relationship with CSEA.
Mm-hmm.
He's somebody who has reached out to our union president, Sherry Pete, for her opinion on issues that involve the workforce, which is a very, very strong point in his favor. It'll be nuts not to send him back to the board.
Absolutely. Yeah.
After all of that,
Yeah.
wish him luck and do more good work in his next term if he wins, which he probably will with our help. Now, the next person that we interviewed was not an incumbent, but a hopeful. We'll call her a hopeful, Deanna Stephenson. She has no experience on the board. She's running for the board for the first time, but she has lots of experience with the PTA. She's held several committee memberships. I don't understand the PTA system, but she has worked on local school PTAs and also on the district-wide PTAs, how I understand it. And she also is somebody who has reached out to our union president, Sherry Pete, who sits with her on these committees and has conveyed informally, even before she met us, a very, very strong pro-labor attitude. She came really prepared, very professional. She is very impressive, and I really have no hesitation to endorse her and wish her best of luck in the election.
Yeah, I like Al. I was when she walked in, and I was very impressed. She came dressed for the interview. Um, she provided her resume.
Which was extensive.
Which Alice was we're talking about here, and also a brochure about her running on the board. Um, in her background a little bit, her undergraduate work was in biology, and so I think she has some, and she was a medical technologist, so I think she has some great analytical skills from that background that she could bring to the board here. She is very self-confident. I believe she knows one or two board members already. So I think she'd be a good fit. We asked her about would she provide a leadership role or be a team member, and she really responded in a positive way. She knows when to lead. She knows when to be a team member. Most of all, she's also focused on the students, and again has a very I think very pro-labor attitude. And anything else you want to add on that? The third candidate we interviewed was Gary Lavo. I was very impressed with Gary. Gary's been on held several terms on the board.
He's going. This is his sixth term. He's going.
Sixth term. He's been past president. He is. I kind of called him the sage of the board. I think he's well respected there. He spent some time when we asked him how he feels about labor, CSEA, and he has a strong background, a family background. His father was very involved in the IBEW, which is International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. He's very committed to the students. He still enjoys being on the board even after all these terms. One of the things that we asked him was about that appeared on the budget was the Affordable Health Care Act. And that's Obamacare, and it's very significant and was part of many of our benefits. And that was a timely question because he just received approval that through some legislative chain of events to really address the implications of that and how it may affect the future of our benefits. And that was all for the benefit of union benefits and the budget as a whole. One thing he also mentioned was a suggestion on how we may improve our negotiation position, particularly in our group, which I really took very positively. So I think he has such a resume, such experience. He still has the enthusiasm and the dedication after many terms. So I think Gary would continue to be a very good board member and representative of our interest.
Yeah, I also was particularly impressed by his family association with the union movement.
Yes.
It wasn't just his father; he has a
Right.
brother also.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
and he has a long history of he's been on the other side of the bargaining table. He has bargained
Yes.
contracts on behalf of his union.
Yeah. He was a mechanical, right? He was a school teacher there.
Right, and
Yeah.
he told stories about bargaining for a contract,
Mhm,
a hard contract, and having to sell it to both sides.
Mhm.
And I'd be ashamed not to send him back to the board. Now he has 15 years experience so far, so he's
Mhm.
been there longer than anybody on the board, longer than the superintendent. So be ashamed not to send him back.
Absolutely.
Wish him the best of luck with that. So to sum up,
Okay, Kathleen.
yeah, we have well. I just want to make one more point.
Mhm.
We were very mindful of the fact that we're coming to the point where we have to renegotiate our contract. These people,
Mhm.
whoever gets elected, they'll be on the board for 3 years. God willing, we will have a new contract for the next 3 years,
Mhm.
and these people will have to approve that contract. So we have to have people who understand our side, our issues,
Mhm.
and I think that those 3 people definitely would understand.
Great summary. Great
Yeah.
summary.
Now, I just want to make a small statement about there were 4 candidates. There are 4 candidates. We endorsed 3 of them. My own perspective was I would want to send back the 2 incumbents if there was not a good reason not to.
Mhm, mhm.
So that's how 2 of my selections were made.
Mhm.
And then with the third selection, I had to choose between Deanna Stephenson and another hopeful, Kathleen Camilli, who was a lovely woman who just doesn't have the same resume, anywhere
Correct.
near the same resume as Deanna Stephenson. Kathleen is running for her first attempt at public service of any kind, volunteer or elected or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that she really is able to meet the resume that Deanna Stephenson has.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, absolutely. I mean, this was probably one of the easier decisions for us to make.
Yeah.
Very positive on our recommendations. I hope you are too.
All right. So the election is going to be on the 17th of May at Gowanna. Look for this folder, this flyer. We'll put this up as a reminder. Vote DeLallo, Stephenson, and Gilbert for Shen School Board, and on there you'll find a link to this video. which you probably already found because you're watching the video.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, bye-bye.